In 2012, the Federal Hazardous Communication Standards require all SDS to be in a 16-section format. Section 1, Identification, which identifies the chemical on the SDS as well as the recommended uses. It also provides the essential contact information of the supplier. Section 2 is the Hazards Identification, which includes the hazards of the chemical, the appropriate warning information associated with those hazards. Section 3, Composition and information on ingredients, which identifies the ingredient contained in the product indicated on the SDS. This section includes information on substance, mixtures, and all chemical where a trade secret is claimed. Section 4 is First Aid Measures. Describes the initial care that will be given by untrained respondent to an individual who has been exposed to the chemical. Section 5, Firefighting Measures. It lists recommendations for fighting a fire caused by the chemical, including stable extinguishing techniques, equipment, and chemical hazards from the fire. Section 6, Accidental Release Measures, which provide recommendation on the appropriate response to spill, leaks, or releases, including contamination and cleanup practice, to prevent or minimize exposure to people, property, and the environment. It may also include recommendation distinguishing between responses for large and small spill, where the spill volume has a significant impact on the hazard. Section 7, Handling and Storage, which provide guidance on the safe handling practice and condition for safe storage of chemical, including incapabilities. Section 8, Exposure Controls, Personal Protection, which indicates the exposure limits, engineering control, and personal protective equipment measures that can be used to minimize worker exposure. Section 9, Physical and Chemical Properties, which identify physical and chemical properties associated with a substance or mixture. Section 10, Stability and Reactivities, describes the reactivities, hazards of the chemical, and the chemical stability information. This section is broken into 3 parts: reactivities, chemical stability, and others. Section 11, Toxicological Information, which identifies toxicological and health effects information or indicates that such data are not available. This includes route exposure, related symptoms, acute and chronic effects, and numerical measures of toxicity. Section 12, Ecological Information, provides information to evaluate the environmental impact of the chemical if it was released to the environment. Section 13, Disposable Consideration, provides guidance on proper disposable practice, recycle, or reclamations of the chemical to a safe handling practice. To minimize exposure, this section also refers to the reader to Section 8 of the SDS. Section 14, Transport Information, includes guidance on classification information for shipping and transporting of hazardous chemical by road, air, rail, or sea. Section 15, Regulatory Information, identifies the safety, health, and environmental regulation specific for the product that's not indicated anywhere else on the SDS. Finally, Section 16, Other Information, indicate when the SDS was prepared, when was the last known revision was made. The SDS may also state where the changes have been made to the previous version. You may wish to contact the supplier for an explanation of the changes. Other useful information may be included here.